New format, Crystron, because this just seems like a cool adventure to go on. Alright, so make sure you guys smash the crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. So we are testing out new format, Crystron, just because we wanted to see how the format kind of shapes up and what we could expect with the new interactions. And Crystron, yeah, we did lose one card. It doesn't really kill the deck. It just makes our lives a little bit more pain in the butt, and we have to kind of, reconstruct things. So for this video, we are playing one Tristaros just to have access to it. The card is always going to be a one of, I feel like, right?
Yeah, sometimes you can go up to two, but for the most part, it's easily recyclable and is still an end board piece.
We are going with the triple copies of the Sulfador. Everything that we know about this card is it is a full gas combo, and it is probably one of the better pieces of what the deck has going for it. And then two Sulfa. We're never going to play three of this.
No. You play three of it in pure because you're playing more Crystron names. With less Crystron names, you only need the two.
I was going to say, because you're relying more on the canine package now to facilitate things, just because you need the deck to be able to, filter very well.
With fives for Crystron, you still need to play five of them, so you still have a 5 in deck for Tristaros to summon on the opponent's turn.
Exactly. So we do play the one copy of Smyger. There's not really an argument to up this either, is there?
No.
I think your Crystron package is super small now.
It is incredibly tiny.
And then, of course, we play the Scrap Recycler because this is the thing that basically bridges the gaps and allows you the full combo chance to get set up and go. And then this is the new spice. We're testing Triple Nori. Now, the reason why we're playing Triple Nori is it is the summon to go with if you do normal, because you can bridge into Platinum. This is also a machine, which is insanely broken. You also get the ability to peek into your opponent's hand and see, oh, hey, does my opponent have, a hand trap that's going to effectively try to end my turn or not? Do I need to, pivot and try to do something else? You very easily get to cruise control with Nori. Like I said, it's also sending, any canine card to take and look in the opponent's hand. Feels super good. Playing triple copies of Azuna. This is pretty straightforward too. Obviously, Yummy's going to be one of the better decks in the room. You're not going to get full advantage with Azuna, but it is generally going to be something that's going to, beam down the Lupus, give you the extra pieces to kind of go. And it's also not like you can't normal summon it to kind of start combo and go.
Or worst case scenario in the Yummy matchup, you can side it out for other hand traps.
Yes, that is very, very, very true. Then we have Triple Jokul. This card is so good for this deck, man. Getting the 5 to extend out with just feels super good. And then, of course, playing the one Lantern. Not really much of, maybe if you wanted to try two, but I don't think it's worth it.
It's definitely not.
You've already got limited resources, and you've already extended very hard with Nori. We are playing one Lupus, which is fine. Yay, bad cards we have to play. If you play anything that's not Yummy, though, this format, I think you're going to do pretty good. We have triple copies of Ash. This card's actually very high impact in this format, I've noticed, especially if you cut off a Yummy from getting its searches. This card's also incredibly valuable right now. This pretty much ensures that we get to get a good filter on cards. Yeah, it's not max C, but it's good.
The next best thing.
We have 2 copies of Ghost Ogre. Ghost Ogre actually is a pretty solid choice right now. Being able to stop certain problem cards from the opponent is insane. Then there's this card. Oh my god. So,
it's crazy.
Chaotic Elements is going to break the mirror matches for a lot of people because this card just allows you to start stealing stuff for no reason. Especially something we learned today while playing something like Sky Striker. You got to be very careful with how you're setting it because your opponent can just jack back their card. Also, this thing pops on resolution, much like the Sky Striker Zero. So you got to be very careful with letting this resolve if they've got the appropriate names down.
The fact that the pop on resolution requires you to have 3 or more Aquas or Pyros in the grave, it makes me want to play Perulia over Fuelos in some instances.
That's very, very fair. We are playing triple copies of Case of the Canine here. This ensures that, guess what? You're going to get that big attack point boost. It's another card that you can basically use to fuel the other good stuff that the deck is supposed to do. we're also playing one copy of Liberation, or Force Release. This is your rank up spell. You don't want to pivot into any of the other lines because I feel like you're just going to run into issues. And then we have one inclusion. This is pretty straightforward. You just want to make sure that you'll be able to get all of the value off of this. And then we are choosing to play droplets in this. Droplet is very invaluable right now. You need board breakers, and a lot of the time, if you are not having the ability to do so, also this fuels out like dead canines, like Azuna, for example. If you can't do anything with it, you just feed it to this, and you're basically good to go. So that's a pretty cool thing. We do play the one Foolish Burial just to kind of get combo down, and then of course the Called by the Grave, and then we are playing the one Crystron cluster because inclusion unfortunately got punted out of the deck. Like I said, you have to make those big concessions and start to shave down what, kind of we're expecting for this. Extra deck. So, we are playing only one copy of the Ripper. I think one is fine. There can be an argument if you really want to try to play two, but I feel like at that point you're going to run into like consistency problems, especially with how tight this extra deck feels like it is right now.
It's super tight.
We are playing one copy of 666. So this card, hold on. So this card says, what is it? If this card is Exceed Summoned, or if your opponent activates a monster effect in the hand or the graveyard, we detach material from this card, target one monster on the field, and destroy it. And then each of the following effects. So an Exceed monster that has this card as material gains the following effect, which doesn't really matter. But it's during any turn when your opponent activates a monster effect in the hand or the graveyard, any battle damage your opponent takes is doubled. This is just going to be an extra form of like multiple negation or interruptions against the opponent, especially on Exceed Summon. You can do it.
Yeah,
that's super strong, and also it's another target for us to do this. So the cool thing with this is you can rank up over this to pass the extra battle damage onto him.
Just helps to push for game in scenarios where they've activated a hand trap on turn 3.
Yeah, if your opponent's being, super greedy, then absolutely punish them away, That's kind of the point. We are playing the one Clockwork Knight. Do you want to side any of the new spells and traps, like old Clockwork Knight, just to be able to...
Oh, we're automatically siding the old Clockwork Knight. We'll probably end up bumping it up to multiples because that's why we bumped up Case of the Canine, because we still send it with Clockwork Knight, Search Clockwork Knight, because it just solos the yummy matchup. We've
also got this hilarious card now because this allows you to, since Nori is a machine, we can pivot into this as a link monster off of having the Infinitrack sitting on the field to bring out the Scrap Recycler to bridge into full combo. Yep. It is a hilarious little option that we've got.
You play that because you're normal summoning the Noroi instead of normal summoning the Scrap Recycler.
Yeah. So. Going with the one SP just as the standard break the board. One haha funny guy. We're going with two of these. Do you feel like you're still going to want two of these after this? Because it feels like
there's some hands that get you to 1 as part of your end board with a Tristeros still on board, so you can still summon the 5 from deck, or if you happen to be playing Citri still and you end with 1 Dragster, use the spell negate. You Tristeros, summon the Citri, synchro for another Dragster. So there's ways you can pivot through too.
This is the guy that makes everything possible. I love bridging combo. And then Infinity. I wonder if this deck actually still remains a threat, if people will still play the ability to play the Chimera to contact out.
It's possible.
This was a cute little tech choice today, but I don't know. With Izuna not really getting as much gas, I don't know if I'm really too worried about making this. You don't have the slots for Nash Knight, which stinks.
Yeah, but I mean, this card can still out big monsters. I watched someone at a regional out a 4K Dragoon just by activating V mana.
And then, of course, Zeus to kind of rip apart those big boards. Zeus is a very big problem card. Any final comments on this deck? How are you feeling about it post-list?
Post-list, I mean, I think the deck is still strong. I still think it's the strongest canine variant, aside from, pure.
All right, well, guys, there is our little report. Please tell us what you guys think down below. We're going to continue to test the waters and see what else we can come up with, because these builds are pretty cool. Peace out, guys. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.